Uh, okay, guys, hold on one second. Let me get it going here. Here we go.
Welcome to the Outer Realm with Michelle DeRoche and Amelia Pisano. Airing live on the United Public Radio Network, 105.3 FM in New Orleans.
You're listening to UFO Undercover with your host, Joe Montaldo, right here on the Paranormal Radio Network.
When they are consuming your minds and your thoughts and your dreams, from the angels to the demons and to the mysteries unseen, there is no need to worry. There is no need for dread. It's just time to discuss the thing at the foot of the bed.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Tuesday night edition of Into the Night with me, your host, Sean Kelly. What a beautiful, cold, wintry, blistery day and evening here in the Berg. Yes, ma'am, and sirs. Yes, it is freaking cold. That's okay. Life is still good. I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm here, talking to my people here in the chat room. Heidi, it is so good to see your lovely face here and all your beautiful comments that you share. I am on UPRN Talk Radio 105.3 New Orleans, 107.7 Mississippi. And Heidi says that it's a tad bone chilly here too in Boulder. Yes, it is. I don't know. I love the cold weather to a certain degree, but that's what really, um, Heidi's grateful to be here. Thank you. But you know what? Honest to God, what's really nice is my new truck got heated seats. It got a heated steering wheel. So I'm kind of happy. An automatic start. But I have a good, the guests I have tonight. Okay. I met Matt, oh Lord, a long, long time ago. Seems like a long time ago. River Rose, good evening to you too, hon. And I met him over at the Carnegie Library. We were doing the Halloween thing over there. Investigation with Drake Bowman of the Oakland Paranormal Society, and me and Matt hit it off right away. And he's a good dude. And last time I saw my friend Matt and talked to was about almost 3 years ago. So he has come and watched the show, and I'm thinking, hey, why not bring Matt back on the show again? He's a good dude, man. He's a very good paranormal investigator. But I'm going to read a little bit of his bio. Okay. He has been in the paranormal field for almost 20 years. In that time, he has ran 3 teams, 2 in California and 1 in Pennsylvania. Those teams and I have completed over 400 client investigations. That includes private homes and businesses. Around 5 years ago, I closed my team down to the pressure, helping the field as a whole, and started the paranormal consultant. In that time, I have made many wonderful connections and have had the opportunity to investigate great locations. I am currently the consultant for Parapost Network and also the consultant and merchandise person for the Global Ghost Hunt. And we're going to talk about those two things, with Matt tonight, the Parapost Network and the Global Ghost Hunt. He also has several podcasts, vodcasts in that time. He continues to try and help everyone he can better understand our field. He currently is working on starting a new podcast with his wife and their girlfriend. And I am so honored that he decided to come on tonight and be our guest. Hey, Joe Fox, good to see you, sir. And without further ado, my dear friend, the paranormal consultant, Mr. Matt Barron.
What's
There he
up,
is.
everybody?
What's up? Hey, Steve, Mr. Wojo, good to see you.
Hey, I appreciate that intro, Sean. And it does. It feels like it's been forever since we've known each other. And some of my favorite moments that I just sit there and think back to in this field, Carnegie Library it was so much fun. It was a blast.
Yeah.
A beautiful location. Everybody was doing all these different things at one time. We had podcasts going on, we had tour groups going on, we had basically a little convention, we had a lot of amazing food. I'm a fat kid, so the food really
we're
did it
fat.
for me.
Yeah, the food's good. Yeah.
I got to meet yourself and Sean and and everybody. I got to meet everybody, and it was so amazing. And there was no ego, no BS. It was just for the love of the field. And I'll tell you what, that pool that they had downstairs was, I could have stayed down there all night.
Yeah, I know, because it was cold that night. Yeah, and it was humidity. My God, it felt like you were in the jungles of the Amazon. It was that humid down there. Yeah.
It was great. But no, you're not lying about this cold here. Like I'm in Pennsylvania too, as you know, and I'm in literally the center of the state. And going from 60 to the teens, it just no. No.
It doesn't work, man. I mean, you try to recover in between houses and buildings, and it just ain't working.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even here in like I'm in my recording studio here in the basement, and typically it's pretty mild, but I've got 3 layers on, and I'll tell you what, my Penn State hoodie is really keeping me warm.
Oh God, please, dude. Take that Penn State shit off you right now and put.
You don't want me to, because
hey,
I got
Felicia Marie, good to see you.
I got 2 more. I got 2 more underneath.
Oh my God, please. Oh God, barf. Oh man.
Speaking, that's Felicia, the one I was telling you about backstage.
Yeah, hi Felicia, glad to meet you. Yeah,
that's her. She's going to be our new guest co-host and
sweet
girlfriend to myself and the Wicked Queen.
You can't do that. You can't do that on live.
Okay? Oh, yep, that's right. My apologies.
You can't do that. I'll get in trouble. You'll have to kick me off, but you know what? That's okay. So, my friend, what you been up to in the paranormal? Hey, Squatch man, good to see you, brother. Yeah, Squatch man. So, how have you been? I mean, what's the paranormal field up there where you're living at?
Stagnant. Okay. Stagnant. Not really much going on here. Basically, it's a lot of teams anymore, especially in our area, just kind of went underground. I don't know why, but every once in a while they'll come up and you'll see a couple little like meetups and stuff on Facebook. But not recently. I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know if it's everything going on or what's happening, but everyone just disappeared. So in this area, it's just kind of, so I figured it was a good time to kind of take a step back, reinvent myself. And as you know, being a host, we reinvent our show, reinvent what we do and different things. And it's a good time for me to do that. So that's where this new show's coming in, and doing a bunch of different things to making some plans. And as people like to cringe about, I have some ideas.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah,
What's that?
exactly.
What's up, Paranormal Field?
I
Hey,
have
Jay,
some
good to
ideas.
see you. Hello back, Felicia. Good to see you. Listen, so um, I know what the paranormal consultant is, but my people out there who listen to the show do not know. So, can you please give a little description on what a paranormal consultant does?
Absolutely. So to where it came from actually was just like you said. I shut down my third team here in Pennsylvania. I shut it down, and I told my wife that I wanted to still help. I wanted to help the community. I wanted to help people. I just didn't know how to do it. So she said about becoming a consultant, and I said paranormal consultant, and I like the ring to it. So basically, what we do, and it's her and me. We are the consultants. We help teams and everybody. We're basically mentors to the field. Whether
Okay.
you're on a team, if you're an amateur, you're curious about the field, or even a seasoned investigator, you need some help to reinvent things. That's what we do. We're here to help. And one thing that really drove me to do that was, starting out in the field, all those years ago, I would have loved to have somebody to help me. I would have
Right.
loved, as a founder, brand new to the field, I would love to have had somebody there to help me out and get me going.
Hmm.
And that's what we are. That's what we do right now.
That's good. Hey, oh my gosh, my buddy C and G, she popped in. Hello, good to see you. See you. That's a lot of words, cryptid bits and general tidbits. That's so I call her C and G. This
Fair
is
enough.
really cool. Yeah,
I
that's
gotta. I
definitely
have
good.
to give the Wicked Queen that YouTube channel.
Okay,
Cryptid Bet.
yeah.
She loves cryptids and cryptozoology. She loves it.
Oh my God, hell yeah, cryptids are great. So everybody, I went up and now I had a show on most haunted stuff in Pennsylvania places, and we talked. I brought up Centralia, okay,
My neck
and
of the woods.
right, and that's and I've had a lot of people talk about after the show about Centralia and ask me a lot of questions.
Mhm.
So, do you mind bringing up a little bit of the history behind it and some of the? Did you ever investigate it?
Actually, we did. We did. We never, oddly enough. So we're about a half hour away from Centralia, where we live. So it's not like it's a day trip. It's right up the road. And we finally decided for the Global Ghost Hunt last April that we were going to go ahead and do that. And we went out and we investigated for the first time. Did a formal investigation of Centralia, and my gosh, it was not just beautiful, but we got some really good activity there. And a lot of people think that the vents and the that they have there aren't as hot as what they might think, but it is. They actually are warm. You can feel a huge temp difference between the vents and their regular ambient temperature outside. Um, but it's very humbling to be there, to be honest with you.
um, so, Crip C&G, she says every time she drove by Centralia, I thought it was inaccessible. That
Yes,
changes things. Is it open?
it is. And so here's the fun part. So I think Crit Betsy, what you're thinking of is Graffiti Highway. Graffiti Highway itself is no longer accessible. They do not let anybody on there. It's too unstable. It's too dangerous. Um, so they don't like you over there. However, the town is completely open as long as you're there during the day. There's cemeteries, there's old vents that you can go check out. There's a bunch of different places there in Centralia that you can go to, and that's what we did. We hit up where the old town used to be, and it's really weird. Like it almost seems like you're on a Hollywood set. Like if you look at those old abandoned towns that they
Hmm.
have on Hollywood sets that have like overgrown trees and stuff like that, and you just see the roads. That's what it is. And to think that you're standing in someone's house, but there's trees everywhere, and the roads are still there.
And do you? I mean, with the fire going on underneath the ground, do you have to wear any type of protection when you
No,
walk through the town?
No,
Does-
not at all. And they still have people that live in Centralia. There's only, I think, 5. I think that's it. Only 5 residents in Centralia.
oh, really?
Yeah, there's
Oh,
not
wow.
that much. I mean, they have a couple of like trailers, and I think there's like 1 or 2 homes, and they still have the municipality building, and there's a church there. But compared to what it was, it's nothing. There's nothing there. But I mean, it's very humbling though, and it's really cool to be there. But you
Hey,
really,
Michelle. Oh, go ahead.
oh, no, sorry, brother. No, you really don't feel the heat unless you're by one of the vents. If you go on the Global Ghost Hunt and look at the investigation we did, there are like you have to drive around the town. Obviously, it's not like they're right there, but there's one set of vents that are off the side of the road that we went to. That's where you can feel the heat. You can literally feel the heat from the fires. But
D, good sliding in. I'm glad you slid in tonight, there, buddy. Hey, Michelle, good to see you. Joe Fox says Centralia isn't far from him.
oh, awesome.
You got to hook up, Joe. You got to hook up with Matt, man. He'll take you out and go something.
Yeah, anybody,
Um,
if anybody's interested, I don't care.
yeah. Oh my
Couple
God.
of
Yeah.
couple of really great locations in Centralia and the surrounding areas. Actually, one of my favorite locations is St. Mary's Cemetery.
Yeah. You
In
told me there that one day, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's the one we went
Yeah.
to. Yeah, I love that place.
See, Cryptid says I need to go see the original Silent Hill atmosphere.
It feels
What's
like
it?
it.
Does it really?
It does. Especially if you go there like on a really foggy day, and you know what I'm talking about, brother, where the fog's just rolling over the mountains, all nice and
Yeah.
slow. There's
hmm
no wind, no nothing. It is just creepy. It's one of those I'm not stopping. You don't stop. You just look straight ahead. Just keep on driving. But it's cool. It's really cool.
So, what kind of evidence did you get in Centralia?
We got a lot when we were out in the old trail area, like the old beaten roads. The feeling of people being there with us. So it was kind of weird. Like it's kind of like there's overwhelming EMF, but we weren't getting anything on our EMF meter. But it just felt like that, so we were being watched. But some of my favorite one was in the cemetery. We went to this one cemetery, and the amount of responses we were getting. And I'm not one for apps. I mean, you've seen me investigate, brother.
Yeah.
I'm pretty basic. But I tried an app that had a spirit box, and I thought, you know what, I'll give it a shot, see what happens. But some of the responses we were getting, I can't debunk them. I mean,
Okay.
you're talking same voice, whether it's the actual voice of the individual or not, don't know. But the responses we were getting were par with what we were asking. I mean, you're talking like answers like first name, middle name, last name, about the town. We were asking questions about the town. We were asking questions about their lifestyle and everything else. And the responses were right where they were supposed to be. And I
Okay.
just can't debunk that. And I can't see an app being that descriptive.
Did you get any type of video, any type of pictures, like a shadow figure or anything like that?
We did get a couple of pictures that weren't the greatest, but I still have to look through them a little bit more because I hate put them through the ringer before I sit there and present evidence. I have to go through them thoroughly. Right. I haven't really had a chance to because of personal reasons, but you can see the investigation from Centralia at Global Ghost Hunt. If you go to the YouTube channel or the Facebook page, they're there. So anybody can watch them.
I'm going to type that in. If you guys want to see that YouTube, go to this YouTube, Global, GLOBAL.
Yeah, actually, I can set the link in the
chat. Can you do that? Yeah,
please, let me bring that up for y'all.
Yeah, he's going to bring that in. He's more computerized than I am.
Yeah. I'm just happy. I'm just happy it works.
D says, "Oh, hey, CL, good to see you." D says, "Ladies, have any of y'all or the guys been to the Nickerson at the Sneed House in Virginia?" I have not, D. But thank you for bringing that up because I need to go to places this summer. He'll check it out. Heidi says around Boulder, There is one that has been burning underground for yeah, Heidi sent me that link. It was
Hmm.
interesting. Boulder, Colorado, there is one that has been burning underground for decades due to the coal in the ground.
That sounds
Just
like Centralia.
recently, they say they figured out a way to put it all out, digging and mixing that soil. Um, Heidi says, Michelle's on the West Coast, and Heidi says, with that soil mixed with more soil to extinguish. That's possible. I
Hmm.
mean, and if it works, tell them to call Centralia. Hey, brother, it's my brother Patrick. Good to see you, buddy.
It's not Patrick.
But if that works, Heidi, if it does put it out, tell them to give Centralia a call so they can put that thing on off.
Well,
But
see, here's the fun
yeah.
thing. Like they tried for years to put out the fires under Centralia, and for some reason, it's not working. And honestly, I really love going to these investigations to learn about different things, to feel it, to be there. But also, for those of you who don't know, that is actual anthracite coal. That is what's
Oh,
under the ground. And
oh wow.
what makes this different than regular coal is it's lighter. It's a lot
Okay.
lighter. Like it, I don't have anything else, but it can literally flake away if you. It's not as hard as regular coal would be. Coal is really compact and stuff. I mean, think about your
Hmm.
charcoal, stuff like that. This is really airy and light, and the mountains are made of this stuff. So it's really difficult to put this fire out, and so they just kind of gave up. And I feel like eventually the town will just kind of, but
Okay.
who knows?
I heard the federal government actually took the zip code away from them, didn't they? They
I
don't
believe
have a
so.
zip code no more. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they run off of Mount Carmel, which is right next. It was right next door to Centralia.
And Mount Carmel, I swear, has a really, really haunted cemetery up in that area, up there in Mount
There's a
Carmel.
couple. There's a
Yeah.
couple.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So talk about your global ghost hunt thing.
So Global Ghost Hunt was created by one of my really good friends, and I consider him a brother, Brian John Laverty. We were all a part of another event. I won't bash the name because that's nobody needs that. But we just didn't like the way things were run, and I jumped ship. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not being a part of this. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. But Brian wanted to do something different. He wanted to do an event for people like us who wanted to get out and promote each other and have basically a good celebration of the field. So he created what we call the Global Ghost Hunt. It's a 10-day event. We did have it 2 times a year. Now we're only having it in October of 2025. This is our 3rd year for doing this. And it's basically teams and locations can come on and celebrate themselves and just have some fun. Just get together, celebrate, see what real paranormal investigating is. It's complete raw footage. You can go live, you can record, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to us. And it's just a good time to promote yourself and promote your team and just have some fun and get to learn some new locations. With this being the 3rd year, my bucket list, I'm telling you, brother, has grown so much. And you get to see some amazing teams come on and learn different techniques that they're doing. And
Mm-hmm.
there's no competition with it. It's just come on, have some fun and learn. And I'll tell you, I I haven't been prouder to be a part of something than I have been with the Global Ghost Hunt, because I've met some amazing teams from not just here in the US, but around the world. And you get to see these locations. We all get to say, well, I wish I could go to Gettysburg. Well, there's a possibility that there's a team that's going to go, and you can see this. You can see Gettysburg virtually, and you can see the investigation take place. And it's so much fun. It is so much fun. And this year is special because it is our 3rd year. We are calling it the 3 for free. So this year is free for everybody. Usually
Okay.
there's an entry fee, and it's not much. It's just a couple of bucks to enter, and it just pays for like the hosting and other things. But this year is completely free, and everybody gets a thumbnail, they get a video, a promotional video that they can share out and promote themselves. And what's really cool is they stay. So the videos that stay from the first video we did, the first live investigation we did to now, it's still on the YouTube channel. It's still on the Facebook page. We don't take anything down. Everything stays right there for everybody.
Can you
And
put that link up for me, please?
yeah, I sent it. I thought I saw it come through. Yeah, just above where your brother came in, where Patrick came in too.
Is that the Global Ghost Hunt one?
Yes, that's the YouTube one.
Hey,
and I also,
there's our buddy Sam. How you enjoying the snow, my friend? How are you enjoying the snow? Seth, he was all bundled up, man. Oh my God, good to see you, Sam. Thank you for stopping in.
but I also sent it to your messenger as well, brother. So you
Okay.
have that one too. But yeah, it is so much fun to be a part of, and we always have different things going on. Like we do a thing called GGH on air, where it's just basically a podcast where we update people and have some fun and talk about the investigations. But we do opening ceremonies, closing ceremonies, halftime show, and it is so cool. It is so cool. I've never seen an event that cares so much about the teams and the locations.
Right.
And the main goal is obviously to promote the teams, but the other one is actually, yeah, Holly. Actually, let me jump on my Facebook real quick, and I'll throw that in the chat too.
Hey, Holly, welcome, hon. Hey, Kason, good to see you, pal. Thank you for stopping in. But listen, as Matt's doing this right now, we're going to go to our 70-second break. So if you have to grab a cigarette, go smoke whatever, and go to the bathroom, get something to drink, we'll be back in about 70 seconds. So hold on. And here we go. Who can I play today? We'll play this one.
Welcome to Negotiating Happiness, the show that helps you find happiness, success, and balance in your work and life. I'm Adriana Fiestra, your host for this journey into entrepreneurship and personal growth. We're broadcasting live on 107.7 and 105.3 FM in New Orleans as part of the United Public Radio Network. We explore the latest strategies, insights, and stories from successful entrepreneurs and experts. From managing stress to building a thriving business, we've got you covered.
Oh, a couple more. Hey, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Into the Night with me, your host, Sean Kelly, along with my friend, the paranormal consultant, Matt Barron. I want to thank UPRN Talk Radio, 105.3 New Orleans, 107.7 Mississippi, and for allowing me to give you this hour. Don't forget that I'm also on Sunday nights at 8:10 to 9:10 p.m. And my show is growing. And I really appreciate everybody who does share this show. I got a good guest coming on next Tuesday. I have my friend Michelle. She's in the chat room now, and we're going to talk about all her paranormal experiences that's going on in her place. And it's going to be a fun show.
I'll be there.
I hope so, Matt. And I also am very grateful for everybody who comes in and watches my show like every Sunday and Tuesday night, because I call them my angels, Matt. They're my angels.
They're great. They're great.
Yeah, they
I
are.
love the interaction in the chat.
Yes, I have great interaction. They're good people. I just feel good when they're hanging out. But everybody who's just popping in. I got the paranormal consultant, my friend Matt Barron, on as a guest. We talked a little bit about Centralia, but we're not going to get into that anymore. But so what you need to do is after the show's over, just pop in for the first half hour and he'll tell you all about Centralia and all the interesting stuff that he got as interesting evidence. But okay, let's get into ghost hunting, Matt.
Okay, fair enough.
What is your go-to for equipment? Because I know a lot of people who listen to the show and watch the show would like to know what is, they talk about the equipment. I would like to know what you or your team uses and which ones you're to go to.
I love this question because it is so different, but it's me. It's me and my body. And what I mean by that is I think we've all learned being in the field that once you get over that fact of you're there at night or you're in a haunted location, it's just the weird vibes. Once you get over that, your body will tell you when something's off. You don't need to calibrate it. You don't need batteries. You don't need to worry about anything. Let your instincts take the best. Let it take over. And I mean, as far as a physical piece, probably just a basic recorder or a camera. That's it. I'm very simple.
Okay, so you're old school like me because I'm definitely old school.
Yeah,
Just give me a K2 meter, a DVR, digital voice recorder, and a camera. It's just too much to carry around on an investigation.
Well,
You
you're
know
not
what I
wrong.
mean?
I mean, you see some of these investigators; they look like SWAT members. They have like those vests
I
with all
know.
stuff on. I'm like, why? That's just a lot of batteries.
Yeah,
Batteries are expensive.
I'd like to get your opinion on that. No, seriously, I want to get your opinion on why do you think people or teams like to bring all this equipment with them? Because I know my group when I had them, they set up 4 or 5 cameras, and it's like looking at 4 or 5 footage cameras of video, and it takes like about 80 hours to look through it. Oh, okay. CL's right. He goes because it looks cool for TV. That's true, CL.
I
But
agree with CL on that one. I honestly, not to put anybody down, but I think it comes down to what they see on TV. They see these investigators using all this different equipment. The fact is, you really don't. You don't need all that stuff. I mean, they're great to have, but if you're just doing a basic investigation like Centralia, I'm not lugging around hundreds of thousands of dollars pieces of equipment through Centralia.
right.
I'm not doing that. I'm not taking that out to a cemetery. If I'm doing a client investigation, to me, like a home where there's a child involved or even a family, then yes, then I will bring the equipment because you never know what you may run into. You want to have those options to help get the answers and get closure or whatever you need to do. But if you're just doing a basic investigation like at the library, take a recorder, take a camera, and take whatever you're comfortable with, an EMF meter, dowsing rods, whatever. Just take them. Go light.
Michelle says, yes, it takes hours to go through video.
Not
Long hours. Yeah, it does take a long time. And you just, it's crazy. You set your camera up and you don't move that camera and you're just watching the same damn thing all the time for 8 hours. It just doesn't happen. But my favorite piece of equipment to go equipment is the trail cams.
Yes.
The trail cams. I have 3 or 4 of them. And whenever I would go on an investigation, say I couldn't get a lot of people to go with me, I'd those 4 trail cameras and I'd set them up and do my own investigation of the house. But anybody out there, Michelle, Heidi, whoever, if you can get a trail cam, I highly recommend them because they're the best. Because all you have to do is set it up for video. I think a 30-second video, or you can send it. What else? You can set it up for like 10 pictures in a row, however you want. You'll be surprised on all the stuff that you capture.
Absolutely. I took it to Penn. took one of mine to Pennhurst, and we just set it on a tripod and set it in a hallway. And the IR capabilities on those things are amazing. You don't have to buy anything extra. Just throw batteries in and a memory card and
Yeah.
leave it go on.
And what I like about them too is it saves on battery life because, I mean, the only time that they go off is when something walks in front of them.
Yep.
And if there's nothing walking, I mean, you save a ton of money on the battery situation. Heidi says, then my eyes start zoning out and we'll see something after the video stops. Yeah. Michelle says, that's what I'm looking for, answers and how to move forward. Can't unsee and hear what I've seen. That's true, Michelle. You seriously, Matt, you got to check next Tuesday night. She has some serious video. Heidi says 4 outdoor security cameras with several options, or I'll watch live view and screen record. There you go, dear. Those are the best.
Yeah.
You can't mess with them. I mean, to me, they're the best.
Yeah. No, and I love trail cams, especially for outdoor investigations like cemeteries and stuff like that, because you just take them out and you don't even need a tripod. Just ask permission from whoever's buried there. Say, hey, do you mind if I just put this here real quick? Set it down and just walk away, or put it on a tree somewhere on by a trail and just walk away from it.
Right.
They're and they're great.
And it's really cool about it too. And there's been a couple times when I did some cemeteries and I set the camera up and I forgot about them. I go back the next day and they're still there where they were and still shooting. But yes, Kaysen has something here. It's true. The best paranormal investigators I see are intuitive people. They don't necessarily need equipments to know spiritual energies. And you know what, Kaysen, you're right. And to my part, I am one of those intuitive people. And most of the people in the chat room that come and listen to the show are intuitive. You're like Matt was saying earlier, your body doesn't lie, And I always tell people, they come up and they said, well, how do you do it? And I'm like, the very hardest thing for me to do at the beginning using my empath stuff was, just accepting what I see, hear, and feel at that very moment. Yep. And never, ever, ever doubt. And doubting what I saw at the beginning was so hard because I said, well, I know there is a spirit there on that wall there, but once I said the word but, I had to throw it away.
Yep.
I had to throw it away until somebody in the field told me straight out. They said, you cannot doubt what you see. You can never doubt. And whatever pops into your mind on what it is usually the correct answer. Like 100%. If you're taking a test, right? A, B, C, D. You read the question and all of a sudden B pops in. B more than likely is your correct answer on that test. 100%. So that's how I would do it. And then I got my spidey senses and stuff like that. And I've been doing it for so long that it just comes natural to me.
Yeah. And, it's funny. I tell all new investigators, and actually that's something that Felicia is learning at this moment, is react. Once you start thinking about what you're feeling or seeing, you're already second guessing yourself. Just react to it. If you think you saw something, say, hey, I just saw something. Or, hey, I feel like something's here or something's not there or this or that. Whatever you feel, react to it and say it. And say it proudly, because that's 99% of the time what's going on.
And it's, and you also got to remember, little hint for Felicia is that, you're with people that know that you're empathic, okay? And they're not going to make fun of you.
Nope.
They're not going to talk about you. They're just going to accept what you see. And more than likely, Matt will say, okay, boom. All right, let's go check it out if this is what you feel. And then you do it. That's what I used to do with the people in my group. I highly recommend that they use their senses that they got. And whenever they would come up to me and say, "Hey, listen, I got this is what I felt or saw," then we go over and check it out. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
And I think we did that at the library too. I think a couple of
Yes, we
times.
did. Yeah.
On the was it on the stage or was it
It was
backstage?
on the stage. The
That's what I
stage.
thought. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Okay, so Heidi says I have some wire clips that I hook on my Wi-Fi cameras and can just put it in about anywhere in my yard. No subscription needed with Blink. All saved in the module. That's ain't it the greatest? They are the greatest. Michelle Heidi says Michelle agree. I am very mindful of mine. I feel I've been influenced a few times since living here. But it's I enjoy using my gifts as like to investigate the paranormal. So Matt, so we know that you just are a very basic, down to earth, old school paranormal investigator. What is your favorite place? What was your number one place that you loved to investigate?
It's funny, brother. I love coming on and chatting with you because you always give me either the best questions and then you give me a curveball, and this is definitely a curveball question.
Yes, it is.
Because to be honest, I don't have one. And the reason why I say that is, and mind you, I've been to Pennhurst, I've been to Queen Mary, USS North Carolina, I've been all over the place. To me, it's not fair to pick out just one location because each location, as you know, has its own personality. The spirits there have their own stories to tell. We all have our own experiences there. And to me personally, to sit there and say there's only one that I really love, I can't do it because I've had some really amazing client investigations where I've caught great evidence and I've helped a lot of people out. But I've also met a lot of amazing people, like at the USS North Carolina. Jonathan Myers from Crossover Paranormal Society is one of them. I met him face to face for the first time, and that was probably one of my favorite investigations. But I've also met people like yourself at Carnegie, where I just had a blast just hanging out with you guys, talking with the public, helping better understand what we do and catching the evidence we caught. But I can't just pick out just one. I love them all. I love every single one of them. And I think
like cemeteries, dude.
I do too. A lot of people stray away from them, but I love them. I absolutely love them.
Now, when you take your team to a cemetery, do you go by certain rules when you go investigate?
We did. Typically, I investigated with my team a little differently than most. As the founder, I never investigated with them. I was more of a support role. I bounced from team to team. I usually had a group of 9, so I had 3 teams of 3, and they would all just kind of scatter and do their own thing. And, they'd rotate around the cemetery or wherever. Like, we had our own little setup, but I left myself open to help out. If they needed water, batteries, something was going on, they needed a second opinion, they needed some validation, they needed something, whatever. I made myself available. So that's the way I did it. Now I have like ADHD when I go to cemeteries. It's you go out there and as well as I do, you go out there with the mindset, okay, I'm going to go to here. I'm going to hit this, 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 and this. You get there and you go across the street.
Yes. Yes, you do. You do. Or you're there, or times you're on investigation, like you said, and all of a sudden you say, "Oh, hell with that! I'm going to go do this," and and I do it, and then
we did the same thing at the library. We did the exact same thing.
Crazy, dude.
You don't put a bunch of paranormal teams together and say, okay, we're all going to do this. No, they're already half. By the time you say we're going to do, half of them are already out doing their own thing.
Well, see, I don't knock other paranormal teams. Okay, I don't. But I would like to get your opinion on paranormal unity. And why do you think there's a lot of chaotic shit that happens with all the paranormal groups? And then I need your opinion on paranormal unity.
No problem. And it's something that I know a lot of people shy away from, but I'll be more than happy to say it. I can sum it up in one word: ego.
Okay.
It's plain and simple. Everybody sees these people on TV and they want to emulate that. They want to be a part of that. Not going to happen. I was a baseball player in high school. I wanted to be in the major leagues. Not happening. Do you see how well that worked out for me?
Right.
I want to, we want to do, it's good to have ambitions and set goals for yourself. But don't forget, these people like the Zacks and, Jason Hawes's and all of them, they're only popular because of everybody, because of all their followers. Let's not talk, let's get away from paranormal. People like Mr. Beast on YouTube. He became popular because of the millions and millions of people that follow him. If anybody wants to get popular, build your community. Build your community.
Write a book. Write a book.
I'm working on that one. I haven't really I'm surprised. There's probably going to be like a sticker section and a coloring section, and I don't know, but or a pop-up section. But the thing is people just need to get over themselves. I'm not stepping on any feet here. I'm just saying, you want to get there. You want to make things. You want to make a difference in this world. Get together. The paranormal field. We already know the big question. Is there life after death? We already know this. Otherwise, who are we talking to? We know there's life after death. Right. Our question is, what happens after death? And that answer, folks, is plain and simple. It is a big jigsaw puzzle. And just like any jigsaw puzzle, it takes every single piece, which we are, to come together to make the big picture. Sadly enough, there's some people that aren't even on that same puzzle. They think they are the puzzle. And that's the thing. You can't be like that. People just need to just understand one thing and one thing only, that we are all after the same thing. Right. We should be. We should be after the same thing. Truth and understanding. And that's only going to happen if we all work together, because like at Carnegie, brother, the way you investigate is different than the way I investigate.
Yeah.
There are some similarities. There are some similarities, but we're different. But the difference is what's going to bring us together. And until we put ego outside and throw it away in the recycling bin, it ain't going to happen. We're never going to find that answer.
Exactly, dude. Okay, Kason has a question for you, Matt.
Yeah, what's up?
He says, Matt, also, what's your opinion on popular paranormal apps?
I just saw that. Oh. So the best apps, folks, for me, for a phone or a tablet, your camera and your voice recorder. That's it. That's the only apps, in my opinion, you should be using on your phone. And I know I said I used it in Centralia. I was testing it. I wanted to see what would happen. These things were made for communication for the living. That's what these were made for. They do not have the capabilities, in my opinion, to be specific devices for what our field is and what we do. If you want something to, like an Ovilus, an EMF, whatever, K2, get the piece of equipment. Don't use your phone. You have too many variables with the phone. You have different types of interferences. You have satellite signals. You've got a whole bunch of crap that is on these phones that they are not made to use. They're not meant for our field. Like I said, if you want to use the best apps, your camera and your voice recorder, and that's it.
Right. Heidi says, love it, Matt. Thanks. She said, thank you.
No problem.
But we are getting close to the witching hour, dude. Can you give? I need another half hour for my show. My shows go by too quick.
They all do. They all do.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to sweet talk my station manager and see if she could give me an extra half hour. But but no. You get the last word tonight, buddy.
Well, I guess to sum everything up, folks, is like I said, just have fun. Do what you love to do. Be completely truthful with yourself and your team. And if you really believe in unity, be a part of it. Be a part of the unity. Don't just sit on the sides. And, I have to say, I love going on these shows. I love meeting people like yourself and working with you, brother, because you just meet a whole bunch of amazing people. Case in point, your audience tonight. Your audience has been phenomenal. And I
Yes.
always enjoy listening in on your shows because for the same reason.
Thank
And
you.
and I know I've said this before, and this isn't just me just promoting it out to promote it out. Go check out the Global Ghost Hunt. Go check out Parapost Network. There's no ego there. And if there does any that pop in, myself and the other admins and Brian will be on them, and they will be gotten rid of.
Exactly,
It's
dude. That's what I like about you guys.
and definitely go check them out and be a part of it and just have fun. Do what you want to do. Have fun with it.
Sounds like a plan. Matt, I want to thank you so much for coming on. Let's keep up with this. And I'll probably have you on next month to see how Parapost and all that goes on.
Hey, you let
Thank
me
you
know,
again.
brother. I'll be here.
All right. Children, if you can, please go to your parents, give them a hug, and tell them that you love them.
Mm-hmm.
And parents, please definitely go to your children and give them a hug and tell them that you love them. And if you have no parents and if you have no children, find somebody and give them a hug and tell them that you love them. Because those 3 words, they go a long way. And on that note, happy hunting, everybody. And I will definitely see you on next Sunday. Good night.